Shop Amazon for last minute gifts. Great deals for everyone on your list. Gifts for mom and gifts for dad. Even for your sister and your brother Chad. Ah shoot, we didn't realize we were supposed to get a gift for our dog walker guy. We almost forgot about our dentist Dr. Kerr. We didn't expect to get a gift from her. Or our cousin, I forget his name. He got us something nice, better reciprocate. For last minute deals on gifts for people you forgot. Get fast and free shipping at Amazon.
From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's the week of Friday, April 20th, 2018, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and this week's show is brought to you by BrightPeak, our partners in bringing you the new Love and Money section at relevantmagazine.com. We're teaming up with BrightPeak throughout 2018 to bring you articles, videos, and a new podcast, and more, all with the intention of helping you build a better relationship with money while also strengthening your relationship with your significant other. You're probably not surprised to hear that a quarter of millennials say anxiety related to financial stress has made them physically sick, or that 2/3 of college graduate millennials carry more than $27,000 in student loan debt.
Well, Chandler, get a job.
I got a job.
No, he did it right. He skipped college, got a job
That's
anyway.
right. I have
That's
no
right.
debt.
Yeah.
Tune
right.
in, turn on, and drop out. That's what I'm
And
saying.
he's a homeowner. Chandler literally has like...
He's cracked the code.
Yeah.
he's cracked the code. This is a little behind the curtain for people. Like Chandler and I we talk all the time related to podcast stuff. And he, is telling me, he's giving me updates. He's got like general contractors at his house.
Yeah.
Chandler is...
He put in new floors.
I did, yeah, renovation.
He's more of an adult than I am, I think.
And I will say this then about Chandler, and then we'll get back to BrightPeak, because I got to feel like none of this is advice that they'd give. The guy's wearing one of 9 articles of clothing I ever see him in, and he's drinking a 7-Eleven coffee. So maybe there's something.
You own one shirt, Eddie. You own one
frugal.
shirt.
I own, yes, that's right. That's right.
True.
But that's why I'm
you're not
filthy
the one to be
rich.
talking at the moment.
I got more money I
That's
know
right.
what to do with at this point. I got jet skis everywhere. BrightPeak Financial. Go for it.
BrightPeak is passionate about helping couples reach their financial goals and pay down debt together. If you're looking to lower your balance but don't have the time or bandwidth to earn extra income, you should check out the Hack Your Debt Challenge, which is a 5-day email challenge that helps you find extra money to put towards your debt. You can sign up for the challenge at brightpeak.com/hackyourdebt.
Can I say one more?
Hold on, Eddie.
Okay,
Before you say whatever ridiculous thing you're going to say that leaves your mouth, let me just plug one more thing related to BrightPeak. The Love and Money podcast, people need to go download it. We recently had...
I like that show.
Rich and Dawn Cherie Wilkerson were our guests.
Yeah. Heavy hitters.
Heavy hitter. They're
Kanye's pastor.
New parents. They just had a baby.
Yeah, they just had a baby. You're getting relationship advice from the man who officiated the wedding of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. They got a reality show. I will say this. I was super... right. I already think very highly of them. I was super impressed by the relationship advice they gave during that episode. And they navigated a very contentious couples court where we had a live couple in the studio having a spending issue. And I feel like they navigated pretty well. Yeah. Chandler, did you feel like that was one of our favorite episodes that we've done?
I feel like every episode is the new best one. Like
that's the goal.
Chandler.
But if you were to jump in midstream, I'm not saying before you start at the beginning, start with the Rich Wilkerson and Dawn Cherie Wilkerson episode.
Absolutely.
It's really good.
The Love and Money podcast. All right. Well, like I said, I'm your host, Cameron. Here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
Amen. Yes.
Over there on the ones and twos.
I hated that.
He's eating a donut. Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello.
And all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, the Tundra. Author, speaker, podcaster, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents.
Yes,
Annie. Is it chilly there?
It is so cold here, but it's not in Orlando, and I'll be there next week.
Holla. We look forward to seeing you.
Yeah. Next week, if you missed the announcement, buried about an hour in on last week's show, next week is our 600th episode of the Relevant Podcast. We've been doing this thing since 2005, 600 episodes. We're celebrating it by recording a live episode. That sounds kind of not exciting, except you can come. You can join us. We are going to be recording live at 11:30 a.m. at the Relevant Studios in downtown Orlando. If you want to get information to come, it's online now, relevantmagazine.com. The podcast section has all the info about the event. You can RSVP there. It's free. There's no ticket charge. It's just at our offices, so don't be expecting a big theater like our 10-year anniversary thing. It's not a massive production like that. It's just us hanging out with our friends, and if you want to come hang out with us, come. John Mark McMillan will be our guest in studio that day, and it's going to be a lot of fun. 11:30 a.m. next Friday. If you can't come, it will be streamed live on Facebook, and then the entire show, unedited, will be put on YouTube and put on the podcast feeds that evening.
And you said it won't be that exciting to listen or to watch, but I actually feel like it. I mean, it's going to be like when you watch bumper cars.
Yeah.
People go on bumper, and you're like, I think this is going to be really fun. The other option is someone's going to get really hurt, and that's exactly what they have to look forward to next week.
I have seen many podcasts live, and they just do the podcast. It's very entertaining. I think it will be fun. I know that we haven't done this yet, but I think you'll like it.
Well, here's the thing. There needs to be an element of danger. Like the thing about watching
that's
anything
us being
unfold,
in the same room.
Anything that unfolds live, right? The part of the reason you're watching it live is for something to go horribly wrong.
With a train wreck.
So, I will have on my persons throwing knives. I will have some.
You're going to fly down with those, Jesse?
Light pyrotechnics that if the show gets boring at any point live, I will randomly start throwing knives and setting off pyrotechnics. That is my guarantee to you that something interesting will happen. So please watch.
Now it's going to be. How are you feeling about this?
I'm feeling fine, but like yet again, once we start talking about a live show, where does Jesse go? Because this happened with our 10-year anniversary, big production. We were going to bring slices to the live show.
Right.
When we all understand that this is an audio medium. And Jesse thinks, there's people in the room. I'm going to do my slice exclusively for them to see.
Yes.
Hey,
and so
guess
he
what?
brought
It killed in the room.
He brought clips of like people falling, things that you cannot
Jesse.
hear. And so we were playing all these clips. Now think about what he just said about the live taping next week.
I know.
He's going to bring pyrotechnics and things that are visual.
All visuals.
Listen, man. Listen, you guys are playing checkers. I'm sitting here on a chessboard. Okay, I'm not going to dumb down my material for audio listeners. If they want the full experience, we told them where they can watch it.
35 people in the room will get the full Jesse Carey content
Is that
experience.
it? Is it just the first 35 who show up that can fit?
No, I don't know. Who knows? Honestly, based on the RSVPs, we'll figure out where we're going to go. We might tape it out in the big open area in our new office. Honestly, we have a glass wall that opens, and we could have people going. We could fit a few hundred if we needed to, but
okay.
But if only like 20 show up, that's great. We'll just keep it back in the
that's
studio.
fine.
Let me ask you a question because I don't want to get too in my head about this. So next week, I just do what I do this week. Just every week. Just bring a slice. Just be
You're going to
normal.
have to cuss less.
Listen, if you
I can't edit
if
it
you
out.
learn from the best, what you do is you bring visual clips with no sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you
You're
got
gonna
to
Did
do.
play
have a sound, Cameron, sound effects, and they were hilarious.
But in fairness to Jesse, and as much as he is my mortal enemy, he is also a person whom I love a lot. Him getting on stage at the end and singing that song was really.
This was
I
the
left
year.
it. Hey, here's the thing: you can say what you want about the live show. Everyone had a good time, and I left it all on the field. Okay, so
This was the year
AFD
of,
is surprised.
Well, this was the year that Jesse did the Nickelback challenge, and he listened to Nickelback nonstop. And so the big reveal, the big surprise at the end of our live show, we had like 800 people there. It was a big production. It was the big reveal that we got Nickelback to come, and Nickelback came out. The song started playing. The band came to the stage, and it was Nickelback with a K. And Jesse Carey played the front man, and he had gone backstage and changed, and came out and sang a medley just he left it all on the
and
field.
we played actual instruments to make this happen.
Yeah, there's a
Jeremiah.
live band.
Yeah, we hired a band. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we just need to tell people that's not happening next week. We're just doing a podcast.
That's what I'm saying. There's don't come with those expectations because that
No.
show, people flew in from Scotland and all around the world and all over the country. People flew in from everywhere, and they got their money's worth. It was a free show. But this one is just us recording a live
It's just a
podcast,
live podcast.
with some Facebook Live streaming cameras in our face.
It's literally them doing with their eyes what they normally just do with their ears.
If you don't know what to expect, here's how I'm planning it. Think about being at a live taping of America's Funniest Home Videos. That's basically what I think.
Jesse's going to bring a bunch of
It's gonna be
clips.
hilarious.
Hey, can we get Daz to
I
do
was
it?
at a
Daz will
wedding.
do
I was
it.
at a wedding recently, and
I will be Tom Bergeron.
I was.
I'll be
I'll be
Carlton.
Alfonso.
Yeah.
I was at a wedding recently, like just about a month ago, and I was in line to get a Diet Coke or whatever. And there was this guy behind me, and I was like, dude, how do we know each other? And he was looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, did we go to high school together? And finally he goes, I figured it out. I was the drummer in the Nickelback band for the 10-year show. And I was like,
way.
what'd you think about that? He's like, well...
It was a thing.
Well, he said, it dawned on me recently that was the most people I've ever played drums for.
no.
And I said exactly that. I was like, oh man. He's like, it was fun.
Here's the thing. That guy has given like countless hours of his life to drumming, and
that
he just
craft.
admitted it was the highlight that it all worked up to that.
no.
moment.
He said it was
Just the biggest crowd. He never said highlight.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I'm
Potato.
interpreting
Can I tell
it.
one more thing about that moment? That is my favorite thing of the whole live show was standing in the wings waiting to come out, and it's just Jesse and me, and we're not on. There's like no mics on.
Yeah,
us.
I brought everybody out one by one so everybody could clap for everyone.
No. This was before
I
we
expect
came
that
out
next week.
Okay.
This is before we came back out to do the Nickel Creek thing. And it's just Jesse and I sitting there, and he's like, you're already out there and stuff's already happening. And he's got the wig on, and he looks at me earnestly and with no like shtick in him and just goes, man, I'm just not sure this is a good idea. And
We're in pretty deep right now.
he is drenched in sweat, just drenched. And I'm like,
gosh.
man, the music's playing. Like, you got to get out there and do it. He's like, yeah.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You know what's funny about that night? I mean, this was 2 years ago,
Yeah, it
our
was
10-year
so bad.
anniversary. Looking back at that night, just seeing how the dynamic shifted with a massive crowd in front of us. How I feel, I was very aware because it was a live thing, and normally the safety net of editing lets me kind of be in the moment, kind of like I'm aware where the show's going. I have a rundown in front of me, but like, whatever, we'll get it back on track and post if I need to. Live, I'm very aware of the beats of the show and having to keep the thing moving, right? Mm-hmm. And then Jesse was, in my opinion, knowing him for a very long time, was not himself.
Oh, no.
Because he knew what was coming at the end of the show.
No.
And that was
It's hanging over my head, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't sing.
Yeah. So he's not like he's not fast and loose, Jesse. He's like, what am I doing? Do I remember all the words? I can't believe I'm doing this. There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so and then I brought, silent clips for my slice. What am I doing? That kind of stuff. And then Eddie, who reverted back to like pastor mode. Like Eddie realizes Jesse's not himself.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in my own head a little bit. And Eddie just takes control of the show and like made it loose and fun.
So
and
charming.
Well,
I mean,
the
it's
other
great.
thing is like Jeremiah was all grouchy because we had an iPad malfunction.
Oh man, was he in a mood? He was junky all day.
Tech issues. Yeah.
And then Shauna, of course, is like really
John and Joy
professional.
were delightful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They knew exactly. This is like their thing. So they were fine. And the rest of us were all playing some sort of alternative universe version of ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
this sounds nothing like what's happening next week.
No. Next week we're going to be in our home, our comfort zone. We'll have our mics in front of us.
Chandler and I are going to do a tickle fight. Chandler, we're going to
No.
Just to keep things loose.
Nope.
just me and.
Hey, can we make Daz do something next week? Can we have a
for
live Dazzle do
sure.
it?
Is he
That's a
still
good
here?
idea.
I haven't seen him in weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, does he still work here?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we have a meeting.
He is an Adonis.
We have a meeting. We have a meeting this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon, I guess, to plan out the stuff for the live show next week. And so we'll make sure we'll come up with a good Dazzle do it.
Well, make sure you leave a little slice spot for Jesse and I to give you a really good update on Elam College next week, not this week.
Yeah,
next
the
week.
live show.
Yeah, and can I make a request?
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Just let me just do what I do this week.
Yeah.
Because I always get nervous that I know too much about it.
Yeah, no, we keep you in the dark on purpose.
Yeah, great. That's all I want to know. I'll show up at 11, we'll chat with all our friends.
Every time we have a planning meeting, whether it's about the podcast or anything we do as a business, we end the meeting by saying, don't tell Eddie.
Yeah, he cannot handle the truth.
Confidential. Yeah.
That's actually how we end every phone call too, but that's different, right?
Please don't tell Eddie.
Yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I just after the podcast last week came out, and again, it was buried deep into it. I started getting tweets about people who are flying in. And,
I know, man.
Yes.
I'm like,
Me too.
y'all have jobs, don't you? I mean, like don't you need to go to work?
I think we should fly Perry in. My favorite listener
Perry
of the
Ross?
week so far.
I would like to say
a master of impressions.
I would like to say
He was.
he was great, but we need to talk about. Well, we'll talk about listener of the week later because Perry would like to now be a recurring guest on just on.
That's
the show.
not what this is.
I needed you to say that out loud. I just feel like we're setting up people's expectations.
Hey, Eddie. Hey, guys. I know this. He's in. Recurring. I want him every week.
Last week during his segment, I tried desperately. I had to throw my headphones off. I couldn't listen.
Yeah,
so I listened back to it because I was like, all right, now I'm just in my car.
Yeah.
I could
It
not.
was worse because you can hear him better.
Oh,
Yeah, you can hear him really well.
I couldn't take a
I had
second
to
of
stop
it.
editing. I just took a break.
Sorry,
had to
Perry. You'll never be on the
take a
show
walk
again.
for a
But
second.
we sure do love you.
No, listen, Costanza taught it, or go out on a high note.
Yeah,
I mean, you
right.
just gotta leave on the high note.
Yeah, you can't top. I mean, you can't top that.
You can't
Be an
recreate
all-star
those
and
moments.
then walk away.
That's right.
Yeah.
He said he had a Vince Vaughn impression that he didn't get to. That's all I'm saying. I love
Don't we all? Let's be fair.
If you were to say, hey, what impressions? Like I said, we predicted Christopher Walken, but I would have never predicted that he
would've
also has a Vince Vaughn and a Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, I would have predicted a De Niro.
Yeah.
Like some of the obvious
talking
ones.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse. Wow.
I thought I was watching SNL just now.
Annie, do you do any impressions?
It's pretty.
No,
Oh, that's my
I
favorite.
don't do a single impression. I think it's the weirdest use of time.
But what if you can sound exactly like the person?
I only do two. One is, as you could hear, Robert De Niro. The other's a didgeridoo, and those are the only two.
Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh. The stuff that lives in Jesse is just not even normal. He's like a Mary Poppins bag of the weirdest stuff.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Didgeridoo. Jesse, I like you so much.
Somehow he's made a career out of it.
And then there's
I
like
know, I'm so
inside,
impressed. I can't
inside
wait for
that
us to be
bag,
in the
there's
same
another
place.
locked bag. And I'm telling you, Andy,
You do not want to go in that
no
one.
matter how alluring
no.
you think it is, don't you dare open the locked bag. Because I've been there and it's awful.
We opened the lock bag one time, and then we said, "Don't tell Eddie."
Don't tell Eddie about
Yeah.
what's
And they said, don't tell Eddie.
Yeah.
because it is finite and it is terrifying.
All right, moving the show along, and it's time for our look back at what happened this week in culture and entertainment. It's time for
In case you missed it.
In case you missed it, this is massive news, and it happened the night before we recorded this podcast. Kendrick Lamar just became the first rapper to win a Pulitzer Prize. Not only that,
I love
he
it so
became
much.
the first musical artist to win the Pulitzer Prize for music.
Yes.
The first artist that wasn't jazz or classical.
Yes.
I mean, we're talking not the Beatles.
Yeah.
Not, name all the icons. I mean, Kendrick Lamar, the first non-jazz or music or classical artist.
And I listened to that album this morning on the way in. I got to say, of course, I mean, it's really a special kind of art.
I think it's interesting that the Pulitzer recognized this album because, fans and critics would say it's probably not his best album, but it's probably his most important album topically.
It was news, basically.
Yeah. It
Well,
was,
that's really interesting that you feel that it wasn't his best, but it was the most important.
Yeah, it's debated. A lot of critics and fans would say maybe Good Kid, Mad City was his best.
Or To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly, definitely a lot of people think is his best. To Pimp a Butterfly won a ton of best album of the year, lists, but so did this one.
So what determines making it best? If you think this content is the best,
Well, I think some people think
Sounds?
that
It's the most radio friendly.
musicality,
singles and toe tappers and toe
This one-
tappers.
this one-
was
yeah,
more
toe tappers, I'm sure.
That's how they describe it in the studio. Kendrick, you got a real toe tapper here. Let's
I thought it was
release
more
that.
just a nod to his career more than necessarily this album in particular.
Yeah.
What do you know?
Well, what's interesting though is like that the fact that like, okay, so finally some of the big awards are starting to acknowledge hip hop, right? I mean, finally,
they have
the
to.
Grammys is always getting it wrong, but like the Kennedy honors just did LL Cool J. Jay-Z became the first hip hop artist to get put in the Songwriting Hall of Fame. But like, think about it. These are done a decade or two later. They're, like looking back on the career. These are not artists in their prime. The fact that Kendrick Lamar just won the Pulitzer Prize at his peak is such an interesting cultural acknowledgement, you know?
Did you see Jay-Z on the Letterman interview?
Yeah, I watched it.
Man, he is amazing.
I don't know that it was the best Letterman interview.
Well, I didn't think Letterman was that great, and I did not like the cutaways to
I
the
know.
Rick Rubin studio.
I know.
I'm like, why are we watching this white girl do this white girl song in the middle of...
It's not, it wasn't his best one. It wasn't his best one.
No, but I thought
But
Jay-Z
did
was
great.
He's so compelling, and he's so... like
I just felt what it was frustrating to me watching it is I felt like there was so much more depth that we could have gotten out of Jay-Z, and Letterman didn't get there.
Dave cannot break...
isn't that bothersome?
Dave cannot break late night host. Like, he's just... You think, okay, there's an option here for a follow-up question or the joke, and he'll take the joke every time.
But he did great with President Obama, and he did great with George Clooney because, like, I think he has relationships with them, or longtime admiration. And I felt like he was coming into Jay-Z new, and he didn't know the nuance of the journey as much as he did with the other artists or guests.
Yeah, and the whole East Coast West Coast question, I'm like,
no,
we're still talking about that.
No. Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for Letterman, and I think his show's like okay, like but it's kind of like breezy. But to be honest, like on podcasts have changed the way that I think about interviews. For so long, it was the talk show format, like an edited 60 minutes, like this, like James Comey interview that was on 60 Minutes. They recorded for 5 hours and edited it down to like 40 minutes or whatever. Like the when you see someone on a late night show, that's edited. It's they prep the questions. When even like sort of these like news magazine type of shows, they come in with a narrative and they try to get that from the interview. When you listen to an hour and a half conversation with someone on like Marin or something, where they're in a garage and this conversation is going to go anywhere and not a second of it's going to be edited, even if it gets awkward, or even like, to me, that type of intimacy is hard to replicate from someone whose career was built on the late night format,
Yeah. But there's nothing that is more like, I think because of podcast, Jesse, and because of what we're watching, there's nothing that like makes me hungrier. That's the word that comes to my mind. Than when you're watching an interview and you want that next question and the person doesn't ask it. Like when you feel this like, wait, I thought
we were right
I want
there.
More.
Yeah. You would gain trust. You would establish credibility. It was right there.
And then you go, so West Coast beef's not a thing, right? No. He's leaning forward. He's wanting to give you something, and you went,
yes, that's the feeling. That's the feeling. I was at an event last week and someone was being interviewed on stage, and I was thinking, no, keep going. You're not doing this. You're not doing this right.
Yeah.
Like I was listening to someone on Marin, and like their phone rang right in the middle, and they picked it up and they were like, no, hey, your shoes are over. He was talking to his kid who called him. But all that to say is like no one on a TV show answering their phone and talking to their kid about having to meet at soccer practice later. That would never make any other show. But it wasn't like an intentional planned thing, but it gave you a sense of a person that you wouldn't have otherwise gotten. And I think that medium is really conducive to that,
Yeah. Casey Affleck, that's who it was. I remember thinking like, oh, that was the most normal moment I've seen from that guy.
The Pulitzer board wrote about Kendrick's latest album. It's a, quote, virtuosic song collection unified by its vernacular authenticity and rhythmic dynamism that offers affecting vignettes capturing the complexity of modern African-American life.
Wow.
Those are some smart people.
Yeah. Did you hear the story about the guy that won for photography from Charlotte? He was there shooting the protest in Charlottesville, and it was the last photo he took. And he's not even a photographer anymore. He works at a brewery now.
Oh.
Wow.
He was just there, and he just happened to be at
got that photo,
that place at the right time, the wrong time, right? And he just had the instinct to take the picture.
He was there for Vice, wasn't he?
I think so.
It was Vice was covering it. That's all the footage and stuff we saw was because a Vice crew was there.
Yeah, and he just works in the
they
brewery
were like
now.
profiling a like white supremacist.
Yeah. And you know what also is cool about Kendrick winning is that is that kind of opens up this conversation for anyone making art, that there is nothing you can't be recognized for.
Yeah.
You know, not that that's why you do it, but it's like, oh, I could never do this, or I can, and you're like, no, I mean, you never know what's gonna connect with the people. So make your art and do it well and see what happens.
Yeah, Kendrick's album just got put on the shelf next to the Washington Post, which is
That's it.
Kind of makes sense. It's so interesting.
The album was largely regarded as one of the best of 2017, and I'll just say this: it topped the most prestigious list of the year's best albums. It was the top Relevant Magazine's top album of 2017.
Big.
So
big.
the
I'm not
Relevant
saying we
Magazine
called
honors
it.
the Relevant Magazine honors, the Pulitzer follows. You know, I mean, it's like
That's
Number 2, I
that
believe,
should be
was
our new Twitter bio.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right.
in case you missed it, following Harvey Weinstein, the Screen Actors Guild says that no more meetings should happen in hotel rooms. As part of its revamped sexual conduct policy, high-level executives are prohibited from calling for meetings in hotel rooms and similar residences, calling them high-risk locations. SAG's president explained to Variety, quote, "We're committed to addressing the scenario that has allowed predators to exploit performers behind closed doors under the guise of a professional meeting." That's kind of obvious, but good that they're finally calling it out.
But hotel room, they're not saying that hotel rooms are the scenario, right? Like it's the guy being a sexual predator. That's
No, they're
a
saying,
scenario.
but they use that environment to, behind closed doors, under the guise of professional meeting, lure them into a situation that is inappropriate.
Where they
Meet
can-
in the lobby is what they're saying.
Where they can
and
open the
maybe
door up wearing
there's a little more
a robe
safety
that's
there
open.
for the
Right.
situation.
Right, okay.
Predator
Yeah.
or not, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I was afraid they were saying that's the problem. I'm like, no, that's a Band-Aid.
No,
but still
I think
a viable Band-Aid.
Well, I don't think they're saying that's a problem. I think they're trying to be proactive and
Yeah.
eliminating scenarios where the problem can become even worse.
It's the SAG
You know?
Billy Graham
Yeah.
rule.
The less meetings in rooms with beds, the better. It's just a good rule of thumb.
That's right.
There you go.
Unless you work for like a mattress company. And you test the product.
Yeah, if you work for a mattress
then the
company,
more.
you're actually not allowed. I don't want to make this joke, and I'd like to just censor it and continue on.
That was a good one.
This is
man.
going to be the
That was
problem
really
next
good.
week, is we're not going to know. when this
You said it's unedited,
Yeah,
which
unedited.
is we're just going to
It's
run it, which
terrifying.
is either a great opportunity to just do what we feel
Yes.
like, or to destroy my own reputation.
I'm gonna have a button, like a button that like if I see you going down the wrong train or wrong road, I'm just gonna smash it.
I feel like this could be a real sanctifying opportunity for all of us.
Cameron, you give me the signal and I'll throw down a pyrotechnic smoke grenade and everyone will forget the horrible thing Eddie
And
said.
the people listening will wonder why we just went quiet for a moment.
Yeah, exactly.
because Eddie and Chan Chan are
It's 'cause of
tickle
smoke
fighting
bombs.
again.
That is not quiet. I've been there. Hey, in case you missed it, this week Cardi B responded to fans who criticized her for being pregnant and expressed her pro-life perspective. She was interviewed on The Breakfast Club, where else? And the pop star told the host that the pregnancy wasn't planned, but she never wanted to end it. She said, "I just didn't want to deal with the whole abortion thing. I didn't want to." She also said that it bothered her that people would criticize her for being pregnant. She said, "It really bothers me and disgusts me because I see a lot of women online like, oh, I feel sorry for you. Oh, your career is over." And I'm just like, why can't I have both? Like, as a woman, why can't I have both? Like, why do you have to choose a career or a baby? Why can't I have both? It's like, why do I have to wait until I'm 30-something to have a kid? I want my kid now. She's currently engaged to
I wish
Migos
she-
Offset.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Offset
that.
from the Migos. He flew in on a helicopter while she was performing a concert at an arena and landed and came out on stage and proposed during her show.
Wow.
New standard for my story.
Yeah, but I
Thanks a lot,
appreciated
Offset.
Cardi B, like just how like transparent and kind of forthright she was about this topic, and just kind of pointing to like an unfair double standard sometimes there is in culture when it comes to having kids and thinking about career. And she wasn't afraid to talk about it. And two, the kid has the coolest parents in the world. One of them's Cardi B
Serious.
and one of them's Migos. That is, I think that's even cooler. To me, that's even more cred than Jay-Z and Beyonce's kid.
Yeah.
Is you got one in
Really?
Migos and one is Cardi B.
Well,
Oh,
more
yeah.
cred. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, in the current culture climate, yes.
Yes, that's true.
yeah.
30 years looking back.
Yeah.
I don't understand,
Yeah.
even just on a very practical level, how anyone could say that having a kid's going to ruin their career. Like, most of the most famous women in the world,
Well,
like
Cardi's moment is right now, and she's not Beyonce. She can't go away for 2 years or a year and then reemerge. Cardi B, look at a lot of female rappers up until Cardi B. They
Yeah.
have their moment, You know, and then like once that is over,
You can
it's
say
over.
rappers in general too.
Yeah, that's true. And so
Artists
like,
in general.
so the ruining the career thing is like, if you're pregnant right now, this summer, you need to be headlining festivals. And if you're not able to seize that opportunity, like it won't come back around. And so that's why the critics would have said it. Now she proved them wrong. This last weekend, she was at Coachella and she was doing main stage.
SNL.
Yeah, performing.
Yeah.
Very pregnant and like rocking it with the full Cardi B huge production, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
proving them wrong.
I was watching. There's a 60-minute story on this about how unequal pay in the workplace and how there's just this
on Sunday night. I watched that too.
Yeah, it was such an interesting story.
The whole
but
Salesforce thing.
right, and there's just such an assumed bias that like as if Cardi B can't do her job because she's pregnant and going to have a kid. It's like, maybe we just trust her to figure it out. Like, it's probably not the most convenient situation for her, but she'll figure it out. She's Cardi
And
B.
if you make good art and you keep making good art, people will stick around. I mean, that's just the science of it. You can stop and have a baby and come back. And if you're still doing good work, people are going to know good work and want to give you a Pulitzer for it.
I wouldn't have thought I would have woken up this morning and thought, I'm going to be pretty defensive of Cardi B today on the show. But I am, and I'm go for it.
I do wake up most mornings feeling that.
I got to speak up for Cardi B. This is what I'm doing today.
Hey, in case you missed it this week, Jane Krakowski said we may be in for a 30 Rock reboot.
I can't handle these
She
stories.
told the Hollywood Reporter there's definitely talk and conversations about bringing back the original cast for several more episodes. She said that the entire cast still remembers the show fondly. We all say over and over again that working on that show was probably the best experience we're ever going to have in our careers as far as creativity goes. We're still so proud of the writing and the great characters. She also said she'd be curious to find out how Jenna Maroney, her character, has fared since the last season of the show. What I think is interesting about it is 30 Rock was always the show that never could get the ratings to like every year. It's like, this is going to be the last season. Oh no, nobody's watching 30 Rock. And the critics are like, no, this is a great show. And it just wasn't popular when it was on. And then they're talking about rebooting it.
They even got very self-referential about it. They were talking about, Go ahead, Jess.
You know what would be, I think the most interesting thing about the show coming back, if it did come back, is how Jack let's say that it takes place current times, right? Like, I feel like the delicate thing is Jack Donaghy plays this, at times problematic, ideas about different things. But he's very conservative in some ways, politically. How they would deal with like the current political climate from Jack Donaghy's perspective. The other element that makes that interesting is that obviously Alec Baldwin has famously portrayed Donald Trump on SNL, but I don't think Jack Donaghy would be as antagonistic to some things as Alec Baldwin is. That would be the most interesting thing, I think.
That would be interesting, especially if he was like a pro-Trump kind of guy. I think that'd be really interesting.
Oh, he would have to be because he's a businessman.
Capitalist.
And in my heart, Jenna Maroney became like she is the woman she was on Kimmy Schmidt. I did graduate her and pretend that was her.
See, in my mind, Jenna Maroney became the woman we see in the Trop 50 commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, isn't it all the same woman, though, actually?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Isn't the Trop 50 woman still also the one who has that really swanky place in New York on Kimmy Schmidt?
They keep every week. There's a story like someone from Jim from The Office said, "Yeah, we'll do a Christmas one," or everybody's saying, "I'm waiting for one of these to actually happen."
Jesse, who pulls together the content for In Case You Missed It, and he bookmarks Variety.com, so that's why there's so many of these articles.
It's his homepage.
Okay, time out. We're getting Cardi B. We're talking the Pulitzers. I've got to throw a sitcom reboot in there. Come on,
I'm not saying
I'm giving us some variety here,
Jesse. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying I'm waiting for one of these to
I'm sorry for keeping everyone in the know about what's happening in culture.
Just wait a second.
All right, lastly, in case you missed it, we got our Bieber worship update. Justin Bieber led a worship service at Coachella
we
past
have
Sunday
to
morning.
talk about Beyonce at Coachella.
Oh,
that was as
iconic.
Good. That's as good as a performance. That was like Michael Jackson at the whatever, like whenever we did the moonwalk. Whenever he did the moonwalk, I don't remember what it was. This is like one of the great performances of all time.
No,
we're talking about Beyonce.
Yeah, it was incredible. The fact that she could get 100, dancers to be in perfect, like synchronization.
Yeah,
I mean, just the excellence And the perfection of that performance was just
And I am the
mind-blowing.
mildest of Beyonce fans, like mildest. And I was massively impressed. And there was this big uproar that she changed nail color in the middle of the set.
Black nail polish
That's
for
impressive.
the beginning and then white nail polish.
It's like a magic
Yes, but
trick.
it ends up, it wasn't, the white nail polish was the rehearsal. People were just splicing the pictures together. But the idea that someone would change nail color
She could, though.
is that's the highest level of respect
It would-
I can offer
listen,
is someone who can change
it
their
would
nail color in the middle of the show.
It'd be like stickers. It would just be like, you know,
anybody
like,
could do
I
it.
am going to try to change my nail color in the middle of the live show next week.
well done.
I've
We
seen.
can
I've
just-
seen. The
pre-cut
reason
out-
I'm not
pre-cut
super
out
impressed
little
with that
stickers.
is I've seen Quick Change. You may remember them from
Yes.
America's Got Talent or several NBA halftime shows.
Yes.
Once you see Quick Change, which is a couple who does like a little dance routine.
It's a BCAD type of moment.
BCAD.
Your
It really
life
is.
pre-quick change.
Pre-quick change.
And the way you see the world post-quick change.
Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah.
how they throw up this sheet, and as it's falling to the ground, they're in totally different outfits. It is remarkable.
Yeah. If you
for
remember-
my money, you can give me Frisbee dogs, you can give me Cirque du Soleil. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's the best halftime entertainment there is because it baffles the mind
Yeah.
while you're watching it.
If you'll remember, that's what
We
he
gotta
did
do
on
that next week.
Popstar. On Andy Samberg's character on Popstar did a quick change.
Oh, yeah.
And did 2 quick changes, and the last one
And
didn't work.
One ended disastrously.
Totally naked on stage. It was a great joke. So Justin Bieber.
So I don't know if y'all heard, but the City Church, Judah Smith, the church that Judah Smith pastors in Seattle and
Yeah.
LA, has changed their name to Church Home.
Throw in it.
And Church
With
Home,
only one H, which is challenging for me.
it's one word, Church Home. And Sunday morning, there was a Church Home event at Coachella. They had a church service on Sunday morning. And I think that is the coolest thing ever, that a church had a service at Coachella on Sunday morning. First of all, that's amazing. But so Bieber wasn't on the lineup for Coachella. He was just there as a fan. He was just there hanging out with his friends. And then on Sunday morning, he went to the Church Home service at the festival and led attendees in worship. Here's a clip.
Reckless love, God. Oh, it chases me. Don't fight till I'm found. Leaves a 99, and I couldn't earn it. I don't deserve it. Still, you hit yourself.
So there you go. Look at that. Bringing Jesus to Coachella.
I think that's really cool because there's the old school Ichthu stuff that happened in Kentucky where but it was a Christian festival, right? So for it to be like a mainstream festival like
a
that,
real
I think that's
festival.
really cool.
I've never heard of a festival. I mean, there's no Sunday morning service at Lollapalooza. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
I remember at like Cornerstone. Yeah, they had them, but
It was
Yeah.
it was like 2,000 people singing "As Long as You Love Me" together. It was a really lovely moment. Mm-hmm. That was a Justin Bieber song, everybody, in case you didn't know.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a Justin
Did you
Bieber
have to
song.
look
that's
that
a
up?
Bieber
Is that what
song?
you were doing on your phone?
I was trying to think of a really famous Justin Bieber song in order to make that joke, but it didn't work. But hey, we're not going to edit the show on Friday. This is just
right. Yeah,
this
this
is
is
what
what's
you're
gonna
going to
happen.
get. This is what you get. So
Bumper cars. I'm
Too bad.
terrified.
All right, that'll do it for In Case You Missed It. Stay tuned. Up next,
What would have been the right song? Chandler?
Slices.
And I need you to know I'm not asking for a miracle, but if love is enough, could you let it show? If you feel it, could you let me know? If you feel it, could you let me know? I'm not asking for a miracle. Ask me no questions, I will tell you no lies. I'm not asking for a miracle. We're looking for angels in the darkest of skies. I'm not asking for a miracle. Not asking for a miracle.
You're listening to Churches. The song is Miracle. Oh, Christian. At the beginning of the podcast, you heard, you know,
You know,
with no going back.
used to be, you owe me, dude. It was all one word, and they shortened it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It just
It was
Y-N-U-O.
really
Y-
weird. Yeah.
Y-U-N-O.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
Okay, I love this story so much. A group of students at the University of Tokyo have launched a startup. And Cameron, had I known about this startup, they were at South by. during the tech week, I would have asked you to make an appearance to check out this product, because I don't invest in a lot of things. You know, all my investments are in
Fireworks.
gold and minerals and things like that. Stuff that. Smoke bomb stuff. Yeah, that doesn't go. But pyrotechnics, things that are going to maintain their value no matter what.
Yeah, nothing maintains its value like 40-year-old pyrotechnics.
Independent criminals.
I have barrels and barrels of gasoline all throughout my yard because at some point people are going to need gas.
Buried or not? Is it buried?
Some of them are partly buried.
There you go.
The first time I was burying one, I hit some sort of wire pipe, and so I decided just to halfway do them. So
Wire
there's
pipe.
gasoline everywhere.
Sweet Dana had to pick up another part-time job that she works in the evening just to keep a roof over their head because this guy can't stop spending on this
I've
stuff.
invested heavily on an above-ground swimming pool full of gasoline. So
Oh my gosh.
Coming up next on the Love and Money podcast.
Yeah.
Couples Court.
Good news, bad news. I'm pretty close to cracking the code. Bad news.
you wait till this town is a post-apocalyptic wasteland run by road warriors and gangs of gas-hungry thieves. Hey, then I was laughing.
And also, happy anniversary. I love you.
I watch Last Man on Earth on Fox every Sunday. I mean, you know, they need gas.
You're
They
like
go
the
around
only guy who does that.
I like it. I think it's a funny show.
So
Is
anyway.
it funny?
Yeah, it is. It's smart.
So, but
It's
I
no
would,
30
but
Rock,
Cameron,
but it's good.
I would have asked you to check out the product by this startup, like I said, founded by college students, called Lunavity. Lunavity.
The name describes it.
They have created
It's exactly what you think it is.
It's exactly.
They have created a product that is very elaborate, very expensive, and extremely pointless, and I love them for
Yeah,
it.
no kidding.
Have you seen this, Eddie?
No, but your description of it is like, oh, that's why it's a slice.
Yes.
This is
And that's why Jesse loves
Yeah,
this
why
one.
Jesse
They
loves it.
have
because he's
created.
an 11-year-old adult man.
Oh man, I love this so much. They've created a hover backpack with the goal of making the average person able to jump 2 to 3 times higher than normal.
Oh, no way, man.
So it's very high tech. It's very expensive. You
I'd be
put
able
it
to-
on.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks pretty sleek in the video. So it looks like I'm going to describe it, and then I'll describe why they made it. So a small white backpack that looks like you have a big kind of like ring over your head, but in that are like some sort of like fans that propel you upwards. But again, this isn't like a rocket pack. You can't fly around. You can pretty much jump like you're on the moon anywhere. So they wanted. So
Wait, don't they have those big bouncy shoe things that do that look like smiles? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
gosh,
that like Beetlejuice wears at Universal.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
To entertain the crowd. We don't need a jetpack. We got the big shoes.
Yeah, but this one you
Or you
kind
could
of
do both.
float a little bit high. You kind of like those. You're still
If you
gravity's
did
at work.
both,
This,
hold on. If you did both, it'd be like double bouncing somebody on a trampoline.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah,
You're
you break
shooting
a leg
into the
for
low
sure.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
Gotta tell you, not
Let's
long
get Daz
ago,
to try it next week.
Lucy, my 5-year-old daughter, and I were on a trampoline and double bounced her, and I gotta tell you, I thought I'd lost her.
Happy birthday, Lucy.
she was out of here. And she
she
came
get
back. No, she came back
She
down and was
gone.
like stunned, like what? Huh? And I'm like, sorry, I accidentally. And she's like, okay, maybe Lucy jumps alone, and then Ted comes on and jumps. I'm like, yeah, that's probably wise, Lou.
you know, the risk of double bouncing is you accidentally steal their jump if you mistime it by just a second. And
Yeah.
there's no
Yeah.
worse feeling than your legs just buckling under you. From some
Crumbling,
jerk
yeah,
on a
that's exactly
trampoline
right.
It's
stealing
like
your
dead.
jump.
It's like dead handing a person, like giving like a fish hand.
Yes.
It's like your whole body just collapses. It's like
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
right, Jesse.
literally. It's like from your head to your toe. You have been crumpled up like a ball of paper. Just you've stolen the jump. It's the worst.
When
It's
I was in high school, we had like youth group, home group at my house, and we had a trampoline, and it was one of those old school trampolines that didn't have these like you know wussy like safety nets around them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I
And-
know.
Or
And-
built into the ground.
And they were kind of like, no.
No way.
And we had it out in this like clearing at the edge of the woods, and we would double bounce kids into the woods. I mean, they would just like
Oh, yeah.
fly out into the darkness.
One kid was
and-
never seen again. He just into the trees. I don't know what
But
happened.
we did have a bunch of people like kind of come down in the springs, break a leg, you know, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But we never like stopped having the trampoline. It's like, well, that's your fault.
No, it's part
you
of
know?
growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, we had a friend whose knee, she had braces, and we were doing the like crack the egg game We're in high school, middle school, end of high school.
Yeah.
Knee
And,
braces or on your teeth braces?
she had braces on her teeth, and her knee went
gonna end
into her
badly.
braces and wouldn't come out.
Wait, her knee got stuck to her mouth, is what you're saying.
Yes. It was so
Listen,
gross. There
if
was
you
like
didn't,
flesh
if you
in
didn't
her
have at least
braces.
one friend who got, if you didn't have at least one friend who got a compound fracture on a trampoline, I question whether you had a real childhood.
That's right.
Jesse, so this thing gets you
2 to 3 times the normal jump, which isn't that ambitious for a
Yeah,
product.
I would
That's
love
why I
to
love
see what
it.
it's like to
I
jump
love it
6
because
inches.
they're like, we're going to create something, a hover backpack. And they're like, oh, cool. Is it going to drive you around the city? No, we're just going to let you jump 2 to 3 times higher. Like, it's like cool, but doesn't really necessitate a whole startup. I know they had to swindle somebody into funding this thing. And so they're somewhat self-aware about it because people have been asking, well, like, what's a practical use for this? Like, what problem is this device going to solve? So they've come up with 3 scenarios that they're pitching. One is obviously you'll be able to dunk a basketball, which I feel like everyone's wanted to do. 2, let's say there's a scenario where you need to water a very tall plant. This will let you jump up and do that. And also, instead of having to wait to cross a busy street, if it's narrow enough, you could just jump across it. Like you're
Also, we need
basically
to back
like
up and
Mario.
teach them about
Imagine
watering
yourself
plants,
like
'cause
Super
you don't water
Mario.
the top of the plant anyway.
Yeah, nor would a jump be enough time to water it. It's not like you're just going to like pop up there real quick and a little bit of water and then
You
down.
got to jump for a minute there. But all I'm
you can
saying
have a
is like,
spritzer, like a little spritz.
Yeah.
You know what you do for your
But why
like.
are you spritzing the top?
Like your bonsai trees.
No, I bought a little spritzer, the succulents and stuff. You get a spritz on the top and just moisten the.
Is there gonna be a
succulent stuff.
gift table at the live show for people wanting to bring us offerings?
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Kind
I
of
would
like
like
at
a
a wedding.
Lunavidity backpack.
We'll have
I will
a box
demonstrate
for
it
gift
for
We'll
cards.
everyone.
have the Jesse robot greet everybody as they come in. Of course,
Oh,
Jesse
I
will
wanted
be.
to see that.
Well, we can like have Tyler Huckabee be on the robot
Yeah.
that day or something. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great.
we'll figure
We
it out.
should make Calvin do it, but he's like still just in the back studio. Like
That's
in a
what is
bathroom
there.
stall. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be
Cal's
so
been in there for
fun.
like an hour. You feeling all right?
All right, what do you have, Annie?
So here's the thing about me. There is a TV show I absolutely love called Man vs. Food. Do y'all know it?
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
It used
Yeah.
to be with Adam Richman, who I kind of secretly have a crush on just because he does the funniest stuff. But the challenge for Man vs. Food is he'll go from restaurant to restaurant and eat their their biggest offering, their strangest thing, whatever it is. And I saw today that there is this place in North Carolina, this burger joint that is adding fried tarantulas to the top of their burger. I mean, would y'all even try that? Would you eat a fried tarantula? I mean, their whole thing is it's Bull City Burger and Brewery, and they were having exotic meat month. Okay. So they had alligator, iguana, python, bison, turtle, insects, but there was a tarantula challenge. So you got a hamburger, pasture-raised hamburger with Gruyere cheese, chili sauce, and an oven roasted tarantula. And of course,
What
if
could
you
go
finish
wrong?
your plate, you get a t-shirt that says you ate the Bull City tarantula, but it is so disgusting looking.
So
And
is it like, okay, so the legs part I could see being kind of like fry them up, kind of like string onion rings or like you know.
look at it.
So we're talking like you got that big body thing. My thing is you're probably going to bite into that. It's got a crunchy exterior and it's going to ooze out like a Cadbury
Gooey
egg.
insides. That's exactly right.
And it's all hot. Yeah, too.
So I do have a
it's
little
all-
bit of like, I know it's gross, but why is it I've never understand this because it disgusts me. I would just throw up immediately.
Yeah.
But why is it any less gross than eating like a crab or anything, any other
which
weird
is
animal?
which
we
is
eat?
a big spider that lives in the ocean. Which, by the
Yeah,
way,
it's an
how
ocean
great was
spider.
that lobster sketch on SNL this
It
week?
was as good. Do you know the history behind that sketch?
Yeah. Didn't he pitch it like 8 years ago?
Yeah, it
and
was
then-
like a 2010
Oh,
thing.
no way.
It
John
never,
Mulaney,
it
Yeah,
never
so
even made.
for context, John Mulaney was before he was a big stand-up star. He was a writer on SNL, and he came
for
back
5
and hosted
years.
this week.
For
Yeah,
5
for a
years.
while.
Yeah.
He created a lot of the iconic, sketches
Step
during
on,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wrote that,
Yeah.
and then the other one, the Switcheroo sketch, later on he wrote in 2009 and got pitched. So this is basically. Can I tell you my other favorite thing about SNL?
Yeah.
I was in No Big Deal, LA last week. No big, it's Los Angeles, and I was at the Comedy Store, and he dropped in. and he did that SNL monologue and he was testing it out. And so there were a couple of jokes that
You were there?
I was there. So he dropped in and did the
way.
SNL. So he's like, hey,
That's
everybody,
super cool.
sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but like I'm practicing for SNL. So let's pretend we're at SNL. And he goes, thank you. And he did the whole like salt and pepper
way.
sketch.
What?
And then
Wow, really?
and it was funny because there was a couple that he did that I was like, well, that didn't really quite get the applause that he had hoped for. Like there was one about, I'm not going to try to do
Well,
it, but
apparently his workshopping worked.
so he did it and he did it. And he was like, thanks so much. I'll be on SNL. I hope you watch it.
That's
Bye.
so cool,
It
Eddie.
was the coolest. So when
That
I was
is
watching
very
his
cool.
monologue, I felt like I was there.
But to your point before I derailed it, yeah, I don't see how eating a fried tarantula is different than eating a crab or a lobster. They're big bugs. They're big bugs. The only difference is they live in the ocean and they're not. Who cares?
Wait, here's my question. Have any of y'all done an eating thing like that at a restaurant?
Oh, I
It's
could
a loaded
never.
question because I have.
When I was in Somalia, I had camel.
Oh.
But is that like a thing,
you
or is
didn't
that
get a
just trying to
t-shirt
be?
for it, did
But it
you?
wasn't a challenge.
Nice.
That was just like a thing on the. I tried a pizza challenge one time and failed miserably and had to pay like $40 for the pizza because the only thing you got is you didn't have to pay for
What
it.
was the challenge? How much pizza?
I can't remember the size. It was an absurdly large pizza, and for some reason I thought it would be easier if it had pepperoni because I really like pepperoni, but I didn't like think about the fact I'm just adding like a pound of meat to the challenge at that point, and I came up woefully short.
What about you, AFD? Have you ever done one?
I do. That's one of the reasons I was drawn to this because about 10 years ago, before I was allergic to dairy, at a restaurant in North Georgia, I ate Billy's Belly Bomb, which was like a banana
doesn't sound
split,
good.
but had like
It
15
was a human.
scoops
It was a
of
man
ice
named
cream.
Billy.
And I was so sick, but I got the t-shirt.
Oh, wow.
Ew. Yeah.
I mean, it was like a full banana split with so many scoops. Literally 15 scoops of ice cream and whipped cream and nuts and all the stuff. And you had to eat the whole thing. And proudly, early 20s Annie could do it.
Are you actually allergic to it, or do you just have lactose intolerance?
No, I'm allergic to it. It makes my face blow up and my throat close. I have an EpiPen.
wow.
You guys should know that before we're together next week.
Wow.
The only
If you feed me dairy, you can
I've
stab
only
me in the
had
leg.
2 food-related T-shirts in my life, free T-shirts. One I got in high school is
Hair?
from Subway, and it said "Fresh Hot Buns," and I wore it all the time because I thought it was hilarious.
That is funny. Yeah. And your mom would
Very
probably never allow
suggestive.
it.
Very funny.
And then this year at the Magic Game, I caught an Olive Garden T-shirt, and it's talking about how they tied in baskets, like breadstick baskets,
Fine,
to
whatever. Did you give that to Jesse?
No, but I like Fresh Hot Buns. Good for Subway.
I got a T-shirt because I was one time in Georgia and I ate a man named Billy, and I'm not proud of it. But
I was very
I got
proud of myself.
t-shirt,
I had
so-
that pink t-shirt for a long time and my face is still hanging up in the restaurant.
Wow. Congratulations.
I'm just a winner, you guys. You brought a
Yeah.
winner into the family.
all right, what do you have, Eddie?
So I was hesitant to do a revelation, though I'm telling you this could, speaking of the 10-year show, fall in underneath that. But I'm going to put this under the file of what could possibly go wrong. It just seems like a totally amazing.
That's kind of the same theme of both of their slices. What could possibly go wrong?
What could go wrong here?
Yeah, here it is.
this week, our story in 3 acts. The theme, what could go wrong? Our first story comes from us from the University of Tokyo, where students have asked the question, can a man jump 2 to 3 times as high?
Is there? Can you jump
Act
too
1.
high?
Act 1 of our backpack.
And what are we jumping for? So Act 3, woolly mammoths are making a comeback. So
What?
here's what they're doing. You know, you can clone anything now except for people. And even that, you could probably clone a person, but we haven't crossed into that. But we've cloned sheep, and Barbara Streisand recently famously cloned her dogs. Do we know about this?
No.
Yeah, Barbara Streisand got her favorite dog that recently died cloned, and now she has 3 of them. So
What?
there's a picture of her with 3 dogs that look exactly the same, and they are all clones of her dog. That she loved.
It's
I
the
weirdest.
weirdest.
Actually, probably
That
that's
is
just the end of the
insane.
slice
Because of that, knowing that how those dogs were created, how many of the 3 are pure evil?
Right.
Yeah. And it's actually cloning in animals is a really common practice. So for, I think it's a really famous horse that like a polo player has, they have cloned, I saw this on Real Sports. They cloned that horse over and over and over again. And this guy, they showed a stable and he's like, yeah, every single one of these horses is a clone of my favorite horse. And so like the cloning of animals in order to just create more of the animal you
crazy.
like. So here's what's happening now. Normally, though, you got to have the animal in order to clone it. So you can't just clone, like, for instance, you can't just create something out of thin air like a dinosaur. Not yet, though we've all seen the documentary Jurassic Park and we know it's coming. To that end, they have extracted the DNA from woolly mammoths. And they are using that DNA to mix it with an Asian elephant. And they are in the process of creating like a hybrid Asian elephant woolly mammoth that they say will basically look like a woolly mammoth. And if that isn't just brilliant enough, what they're going to...
Brilliant. That's the word we're going with.
What did I say?
Brilliant.
No,
yeah.
it's as good. It's as perfect an idea because again,
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Right.
to stay on theme.
Right.
Jesse, this is why the backpacks are getting invented, because we all need to be able to get away quickly.
Yeah, but here's my question before you go any further.
Go.
I feel like they went the most boring route possible. Like, if they're going to clone, because they got to mix it with something, right? The DNA from the woolly mammoth. So they why chose an animal that basically looks just like a woolly mammoth without hair?
Right.
Why not, if you're like, hey, listen, in order for this to work, we got to mix it with another animal. Why not, like,
Hamster.
mix it with an owl or a tiger or something where just a whole new cool animal we've never seen before?
Let's see what...
Hey, I've been to the Smithsonian. They got a big woolly mammoth right when you walk in the door. I've never seen, like I said, a woolly mammoth fish hybrid. That would have been cool.
It's a big, hairy fish.
So what they're going to do is...
Delicious.
And I can't find where it is right now, but they are going to make a woolly mammoth park. So they're going to begin cloning these things.
What?
Yeah. And they're going to make a
Jurassic Park
that you can go.
I mean, this is literally Jurassic Park. We've seen the end of this.
It's like it's exactly. So they're going to make a park and you'll be able to go and visit and see these woolly mammoth Asian elephant hybrids. And again, what could go wrong? Just we're all riding around the park, and I'm sure that they won't develop an intelligence and try to kill you, et cetera, et cetera.
Like, haven't we learned anything from Monkey Island in Tampa?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
life finds a way.
Life,
yeah, like they get off the island.
There was literally, I was reading a story, I almost brought it, but there was a bunch of baboons that got out of a zoo thing in Texas this week. They found them, but they were gone for like a day. You're creating dinosaurs? You know? Like the worst thing, like baboons are going to cause some mischief, but I'm not worried about the safety of the city. I'm not worried about the plot of the film Rampage unfolding.
A newly created woolly mammoth is gonna want to see the bigger world. I mean, didn't we learn anything from Madagascar movies?
Right.
You know, the animals want to get out of the pens. They want to go back to their homeland. The woolly mammoths don't have one. They're going to look everywhere. They're going to rampage the world. They're going to, I don't like it.
Wait, are we talking like they're fast moving like the dinosaurs?
I have no
would
idea.
imagine
We
that
don't
they
know.
won't rampage as much as they will
Haven't
just...
you? I mean,
strong,
charging
softer.
elephants. I mean, they pummel people.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
I got a really, and I forget if I've asked this before, but this is a really morbid question, but it feels like somebody on this show will know.
Okay.
When an elephant
Jesse.
dies at the zoo,
Yeah. What do you do with it?
what do you do with
Slice it up.
right there?
Burgers.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
Burgers.
A crane?
You
Burgers.
can't slice them.
How
It's the
do
only,
you
hey,
get,
listen, the
how do
only
you get that
ethical
out?
way, the only ethical way you're ever going to be able
boy.
to eat elephant meat
Right.
is if one dies at the zoo, because at that point it's already dead.
And that's
there's nothing
actually,
you can do.
yeah. But I mean, really.
What do you do?
What do you do with an
I
animal?
mean, isn't that true
size?
for any animal that is of a large size?
I think they would
But I
have
mean, tigers, you
cremation facilities at any reputable zoo that they can just drag it into there and burn it up.
That is a
one-
big
you know, that-
cremation
that-
facility.
Yeah, one time I was driving
up.
and I got turned around behind a zoo and there was an elephant in the dumpster. I was like, oh, so that's what they
Jesse.
But I
Makes
think
sense, I guess.
I've always been curious about that because you can't even move that thing to a better location in order to dispose of it, I guess, properly. Like wherever it dies
chop
is
it
where
up.
you got to deal with this.
I think that they do the slow death. I think that they know it's coming and they're going to take it out and probably put it down like at a vet.
Yeah, I really
And
don't
I don't know.
I mean, like an elephant
I've
doesn't just
never thought about such
keel
a thing, Eddie.
over. Rarely. I would think that
I
it
mean, but
kinda,
they have to have a keel over plan.
That should be a nice. That would be a nice question.
it
What
probably-
do they
I
do
would
with
say
the
this:
dead
if I was at
elephants?
the zoo and I knew the elephant was close,
Right.
to going,
Yeah.
and this is a morbid topic, but I'm just trying to put myself in that
Right.
scenario because you put me here.
We're talking about zoology.
again, the backpack would
I
help
would
you.
donate the elephant to another zoo and not tell them it had like a chronic health problem
Yeah.
and was terminally ill, and then
Yeah.
I'd just be like, not my problem anymore.
Yeah,
And
not
then
my elephant,
I'd
not
just-
my
Yeah,
problem.
they send the flatbed. You load that thing up. It's not your problem anymore.
Yeah,
Well, it's the same
good
thing.
luck. They
They had a whale.
He's
they had
a goner.
They had a killer whale, like a Shamu kind of whale, die at SeaWorld recently.
Again, slice it up.
But you can't bring that thing.
my
You
gosh.
can't get that.
No
only a
part
crane.
of this animal
A
will
crane.
go to waste. Yeah.
So
Again,
is that
but
what
think
happens?
about SeaWorld. They transport these animals. They have those that equipment.
All right,
Yeah.
well then I'm back to elephant because elephants got to walk in and walk out.
Yeah,
There's-
no, an elephant. That's right. I think an elephant's going to die of old age. So they know it's coming for a while, or health
I know.
issues. They know it's coming for a while, and I think they probably vet the thing, and they stick the needle in there and take care of them when they're ready. You know?
Wow.
at like the Grand Canyon or something, like somewhere where they can just kind of
Yeah,
peacefully
they're taking
follow
it for a
You
walk.
think they could just like launch him into the Grand Canyon and that's considered a good
So you're thinking
burial?
you're thinking they old yeller it. They just let it out to go to the pasture.
Yeah, go back into the woods
And
from
then
where
the-
you
Just
came.
put
The
like
last thing
8
you
of
hear
those
is a
backpacks
gunshot.
that Jesse talked about on an elephant and send him over the edge of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I think we got to the bottom of it. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I think we figured out what we do with elephants across the nation.
They,
just get
they
thrown
go
into
down
the
to
Grand
the
Canyon.
train yard, put them on the back of one. They don't know where it goes. Out to Kalamazoo. They don't know. They just picked a train car and loaded them all.
Cohen's toddler goodnight books taught me anything.
Yep.
That every train has one of those things with no roof on it, and the elephants go in that one.
no problem.
Yeah,
Just
you're right,
piles
you're
of
right.
elephants. It's just an elephant train that goes around the country
And
picking
they,
up.
they pick them up, all the sick and old ones.
And literally they just drive till there's no more elephant.
It
Let
never
nature take
stops.
its course.
It's
just
like
on
the garbage
It's
truck.
a ride to nowhere.
The garbage
It's just-
truck going around the neighborhood. They pick up the trash. They pick up the sick and old elephants, and then
Yeah.
drive it to the Grand Canyon. You never hear from them again.
And man, you guys can't do this to me because I already am
This
really
is
focused
weird,
on our
man.
Elam
This is super
research. You
weird.
can't give me another topic I want to get to the bottom of.
Well, somebody has got to be we've got to have a zoologist or somebody listening to the show that can tell us.
Cryptozoologist.
What
Tell
do
us
you
the real
do?
answer.
What happens when the elephant dies? What do you
I'm
do with
telling
it?
you, they put it
And tell
down
us
and
how.
incinerate it.
You can't
Yeah.
set it on fire in the middle of the elephant pit.
No, you do it at
Yeah,
night
they
when
would
the
know
when the
the
families
smoke.
have gone
People
home.
would know you're burning elephants.
No, they would. Your whole city would smell like a barbecue.
Yeah, it would
Oh,
smell like
right.
some.
Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which is proof they're not doing it because there's a zoo down the street. Well, I guess an elephant
Yeah.
had died. You're right. That may be what happens.
All of a sudden, there's just like little pop up restaurants everywhere called pachyderms.
Hey, did you see there's a bunch of new food trucks over by the zoo?
The pachyderm truck is back. That's
Exotic.
funny. We haven't seen it in like 2 years.
Exotic.
Love
Delicious.
their
It's all-
ravioli.
Oh,
I'll be
blackened.
honest. A little gamey.
And it tastes kind of old.
Get a t-shirt if you eat one of their burgers.
I feel sad
yeah.
when I eat this. But like,
Yeah, good job, Chandler. That's good.
fine.
what did Chandler say?
He said you get a T-shirt if you eat one of the burgers.
Well, Chandler.
Thank you.
Wow, don't edit that out. That was a fine joke.
All right, on that note, we'll wrap it up.
On that note.
That'll do it
What
for
could go
Slices.
wrong?
Stay tuned. Up next, Matt Chandler joined us. You're listening to Unknown Mortal Orchestra. The song is Everyone Acts Crazy Nowadays. This week's show is brought to you by Blue Apron.
Yes.
The #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. They're on a mission to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. Blue Apron offers fresh, non-GMO, pre-proportioned ingredients and step-by-step recipes right to your door that can be cooked in under 45 minutes.
I will say this: I've made a bunch of Blue Apron meals, and even for someone who is terrible at most instruction based things, it's I could pull it off in a reasonable amount of time. They're very good. They're very good at packing those.
At this point, they just send Jesse the special gummy bears and Hot Pockets box.
The Blue Apron menu changes every week. week based on what's in season and is designed by Blue Apron's in-house culinary team. And now, for 6 weeks, from April 16th through May 21st, going on right now, Blue Apron is teaming with Airbnb to bring you the best home cooking from around the world. Each week, their menu will feature a recipe developed in collaboration with an Airbnb Experiences host like Cece, a chef from Shanghai who makes incredible Kung Pao chicken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's
It's
cool.
For so six weeks, it's going on. So go check it out. You can check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free at blueapron.com/relevant. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. Matt Chandler is the pastor of Texas's The Village Church and the author of the brand new book, Take Heart, Christian Courage in an Age of Unbelief, which looks at why the decline of Christendom might not actually be a bad thing. We recently spoke with Matt about why Christians shouldn't be discouraged about the adversity facing the church, how to respond to cultural opposition to faith, and also why churches need to be more involved in fighting racial injustice. Here is our conversation with Matt Chandler.
Why did you want to write Take Heart? Can you tell me a little bit about the inspiration behind your new book?
Well, there were two things that happened simultaneously. The first was that the Acts 29 European Conference was in Rome. And so I had flown to Rome. And one of the things that occurred while we were in Rome is after the conference, I did kind of the touristy stuff as you would expect. And I think I paid 20 euros or something like that to walk through the ruins of the Colosseum. And so it struck me while I was walking through the Colosseum or the ruins of the Colosseum that Rome, the most powerful empire the world's probably seen, ruled the world from India to England for 1,500 years. I mean, just to put that into context, if you start to think about how old the United States is, I mean, it's not, it's in diapers compared to the Roman Empire. And this was an empire that for a season set its power and authority to destroy the Christian faith. And here I am all these years later, paying money as a Christian pastor from across an ocean, from a land that they wouldn't even realize existed, walking through its ruins. And so I had fresh in my mind the staying power of the gospel over the empires of man. And then I arrived home it was that season in which, does a baker have to make a cake for a gay wedding? And wherever people landed on that, there was a real sense, and I'm not speaking of evangelicalism, there was a real sense among the people that I was pastoring that we were losing ground, that the rapid rise of secularization was destroying our way of life, that more quickly than we imagined, we were being pushed to the margins. And so people were responding to that fear in a variety of different ways. And I wanted to help the village and then help however God had positioned me in the greater story or the greater picture of faith in the West. I wanted to help us think about this season in a way that was more in tune with the God of the Bible than what we were seeing simply in our day. And that was to call us to Christian courage. And so really, I didn't want us to live in fear, but wanted to try to help cultivate courage that could only be found not in staring at ourselves or our immediate time in history, but rather in the immutability of the God of the Bible or the unchanging power of God's purposes and plans. And so that was really the heart of the book.
Historically, what do we see when the church comes under attack?
Yeah, most of the time. So there's a couple of things that I don't want to be overly triumphalistic, because you see historically when the church is forced to the margins, a loss of institutional power. And that is more problematic than I think people realize, because you're talking about institutions of higher education. You're talking about access to some things that we've had throughout American history that we might be on the cusp of losing. But other than institutional power, I think you've seen the church thrive in some ways that most people don't think. You see the evaporation of what I think Tim Keller called the mushy middle, and a revitalization of genuine, legitimate faith. And so if we look at the early church, if we look at places like China, that all the missionaries were kicked out of China during the revolution, and then Christianity exploded in China. And so you see the church in the margins tends to thrive, move, grow. It innovates, it problem solves, and really beautiful things can happen. It tends to undermine the hostility of empires when it's in the margins in a way that it doesn't seem to be able to do when it sits in the seat of cultural power.
I want to shift gears here for a second and talk about the recent MLK 50 event. You know, we shared a lot of some of the things that you said with our readers and some video clips from the event that you spoke at, and it really resonated. And one of the things I kind of want to dig into is how you said that when many times when you address justice issues from the pulpit, there are people who accuse you of being quote unquote liberal. I think, you know, particularly in the context of race and the importance for the church to address race issues. You know, there is a surprising, sometimes blowback from some people within the church.
Yeah.
How do you think this kind of partisanship and opposition to discussing racial issues became so prominent within the church, and how can it be properly addressed?
Yeah, well, I think we address it by addressing it, you know, and that was part of my point at MLK 50 is we have got to say something here. And once you say something, and we've seen it since the conference, things start coming into the light that maybe were hidden. And some of that is ignorance or misunderstanding. And now we have the opportunity to address that because now it's in the light. And some of it is blatant sinfulness that needs to be called sin. And you get the opportunity to call people to repent of what would clearly be defined as sin in the Bible. Now, I think the reason why the accusation of being a liberal happens around social issues in particular is really rooted in Christian history. And because people tend to want to be atheological in 2018, they want to take the posture that doctrine divides rather than unifies. And because we tend to be ignorant of Christian history, these things surprise us. But if we look at like Walter Rauschenbusch and the social gospel movement, what we see happening historically is when the church starts to focus on social issues outside of the atoning work of Jesus Christ, then what happens is the church will start to cut away what they see as the hindrances of people getting on board with the social movement. So if the atoning work of Jesus Christ is an offense to accomplish racial harmony, then let's get rid of the atoning work of Jesus Christ and simply make Jesus's platform one of social embetterment. And that has happened on repeat. So monsters have come through this door before, and I would say ultimately sabotaged the hope of those that got involved in these movements. And so I think that by keeping these social aspects tied to the gospel and to the atoning work of Jesus Christ, we've got the best bet at actually seeing movement in these movements. And so but by showing that I'm not a liberal, I'm tying these things to the teachings of Jesus Christ. I'm tying it to the finished work of Christ on the cross. I think we've got the best chance to actually move the ball forward in our day and age. We've already seen now what happens when churches punt on sound doctrine to try to tackle these issues. It doesn't go anywhere. It certainly doesn't live past the movement itself. But if these things truly are rooted in the gospel, like I would want to argue they are, then men, we've got a real shot at letting the gospel accomplish what the gospel was meant to accomplish, which, according to Paul in Ephesians 2, is the breaking down of these walls of hostility. What we see in the book of Acts and Acts 13 is a church that is multi-ethnic and celebrating that multi-ethnicity. And so I think the hostility you're seeing is because historically, when these issues have been addressed, they've been addressed outside the framework of the gospel and have been instead made the gospel themselves. And that creates a ton of problems.
That was Matt Chandler. Make sure to check out his new book, Take Heart.
Till I'm all I said hi. Hope you've been well. You've been asleep while I've been in hell. Tell them all I said hi. Have a nice day. I'll be just fine. Don't worry about me. Tell them all I said hi. Tell them all I said hi.
You're listening to Amy Shark. The song is I Said Hi. Okay, it's time for your feedback. If you've been listening for the last couple months, we've been starting out the feedback segment by naming a listener of the week. You guys have been hitting us up on Twitter with 3 facts about yourself, 3 interesting facts. Jesse scrolls them, researches them, and chooses his listener of the week, or our listener of the week, I guess, every week. Jesse, tell me a little bit about who you selected this week and tell me a couple of the facts before we bring them on.
Okay, so our guest this week is Ben Stroop, and though he does not, as any of his facts, have any controversial impressions for us, he does have 3 fascinating things that he would like to discuss. One is every car that he's owned has met a terrible demise.
Oh, gosh.
He was arrested and charged with criminal mischief as a minor for watching the destruction of a concrete goose. And finally, so this is a man who
I could have guessed that second one.
We're talking to an outlaw here. Yeah. And this is, and he once went on a week-long trip to Mexico just to prove someone wrong. Ben, welcome to the show. We got to hear about these.
Yeah.
Well, hey, good morning, guys.
Ben. Where are you calling us from today?
I'm from the city of Maysville, Kentucky.
Maysville. Is there a lot of corn there?
Yeah, probably. More cows than anything.
Are we talking Eastern Kentucky?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, Eddie's fine. It's fine. You know you're being polite because you're Southern, but it's okay. It's okay. Ben, how do we know each other? I feel like we have had some actual interaction at some point.
Did you ever invite Eddie to play racquetball?
Yes. You do this every week, Eddie.
I know Ben from somewhere. Ben, how do we know each other?
We're Twitter friends and we tweet. I think that's it.
No racquetball.
Interesting.
No racquetball.
Interesting.
What do you do there in Maysville, Kentucky?
Please tell me you work at a zoo, because we have a question for you.
Yeah, do you know how... Go ahead, Ben.
Wait, let him answer what he does, and then we'll ask him the zoo question.
What's your church job?
Stop.
I am a pastor, actually.
You can tell by the voice. It's just like, that is a voice of a good person. That is someone
and a pastor will have our zoo question answer.
Okay, Ben, when an elephant sadly... passes
or gladly,
like at a zoo.
Maybe it was a bad elephant. Maybe people are glad it died. But if an elephant dies at a zoo, what do they do with the body? We need to know. Do you have any idea?
Because Ben, as you think about this, you got to know. I mean, you can't move that thing. You can't.
Yeah.
No, don't feed him anything. Ben, just tell us what happens to the body of a dead elephant at a zoo.
One reason we're so curious, Ben, is one of us may or may not have the dead body of an elephant on our hands. So please offer some guidance.
Just know that Matt Chandler,
letting him answer.
Just know that Matt Chandler did not have a good answer.
Yeah, Ben, where are you at with him?
I think it's cremation is going to be my guess. You're just going to incinerate that thing.
Hold on.
There's no way you're burying it.
Eddie's point being too big. How do you move it?
Do you have to cut it in pieces?
That is how you eat an elephant, is one bite at a time. So I guess that's how you...
There you go, Ben. You answered correctly.
That's right.
Ben, you shall pass. Let's continue on.
Well, we use the word correctly loosely because we
facts.
actually don't know.
All right, Ben. Every car you've owned has met a terrible demise. One was totaled, which I'm sad to hear about, but one was stolen out of your driveway. Tell me about the terrible demises of your vehicles.
Yeah, so the first one was totaled. I was at a dead stop on a busy road here, and someone rear-ended me going 65 miles an hour. Yeah. Got me a helicopter ride and a couple days in the hospital. So that was exciting.
Millions and millions of dollars.
Ben, that's actually that's really scary, Ben.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The
I
second
have
one,
no
he hit
memory
an
of it,
elephant
so it's cool with
and
me.
he died, but he
insane.
did not get to see how they got robots.
Oh my God.
Bummer.
And my second car, the car that I bought to replace that one, it's a small town, Maysville. It's a quaint little Mayberry looking type town. And I leave my keys in my car. I used to. And one night someone was going through cars looking for loose change and found the keys instead and stole my car. And the police had been looking for it for 4 months, never found it. So,
Wow.
it happens. So I've had a car totaled and stolen.
So how are you getting around now?
Well, I bought a new car about 2 weeks after the old one got stolen. So this car will meet its demise in some weird way. I'm sure of it. But
If the Andy Griffith Show taught us anything, there's no crime in Mayberry. Like this is shocking.
You would have thought.
Ben, what church are you at?
It's called Highland Christian Church.
Okay, so Eddie has texted me a $1 bet about the denomination of your church. What is it? What is it?
Well, non-denominational.
Oh, Annie wins. Annie
Annie Downs wins that bet. I heard non-denom in that accent from the first minute you were on.
I could tell that guy just lets anything go in his church.
They got pallet walls. They got guitars. They got rips in their jeans.
You want to
I
get
know who he
baptized?
is.
Fine. You want to get dedicated? Who cares?
Whatever you want.
We can have anything you want for communion. Any kind of snacks.
Ben, I'm glad you had a job as a pastor. I'm assuming your criminal record was expunged because your second fact is that you were arrested and charged with criminal mischief as a minor for watching the destruction of a concrete goose. We got it.
Yeah,
What's the
you
story
gotta tell
here,
us
man?
about this.
I was in middle school and was really popular. And so my friends decided, even though the beginning of the show says that they don't take home submissions, we decided that we were going to try and be on it.
100%.
And we ran around my neighborhood.
It literally says we do not even open them. We throw them right in the garbage. Yet,
Where
yours
there's
can
a
be
will,
the
there's a
standout.
way, Jesse.
Thousands of
We were
middle school
hopeful.
kids.
And so we did a couple different things, like the old pulling the invisible rope across the road kind of thing, and stuffing things in people's
Just the stuff they're
mailboxes.
looking for.
But then we decided that they weren't daring enough. So one of my friends tied a rope around this lady's concrete goose lawn ornament and drug it around the cul-de-sac there. And, we decided that still wasn't enough. So then he took it and went back on her front porch and smashed it against her front porch. And that's when we saw her looking in the window, pointing at us on the phone, calling the cops.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
it's
went
really
dark,
not all that
Ben.
exciting.
That's straight up vandalism.
Yikes.
Yeah, what happened to your friend that did that?
Yeah, really.
Like, did
Yeah.
he,
He's the
Oh,
worship pastor.
We all went to
he's
diversion
still,
and got to go to court and all kinds of really exciting stuff for an eighth grader.
Does your current congregation know about your criminal past?
Yes.
I've told that story from the stage probably 5 times. So they're all sick of it.
Yeah.
One time when I got arrested,
They're all like, live a real life, man.
Yes, he said stage and not pulpit. I should have waited on my bet.
I've
'cause
done
he said
two
stage.
things
He said
bad in my life. I've done 2 things bad in my life.
Oh, yeah,
One
they got-
was destroying a concrete goose. The other was I killed an elephant just to see what they did with the body, and I feel equally bad.
Terrible.
Okay, you once went on a week-long trip to Mexico to prove somebody wrong. How did that prove somebody wrong?
Which feels pretty true to you now that we know more of you, Ben.
He was
That feels
escaping.
right.
He was escaping the rap from the goose incident.
He's on the lam, as they say.
No, it wasn't all that long ago that I shared an article about some of the dangers. And this has got to be careful because, this is like more people are going to listen to this than ever hear me talk or follow me on Twitter.
No,
So,
don't say that, Ben. Don't say that.
No, but one of the articles was about, some of the dangers of some setups of short-term mission trips. And I kind of just half-heartedly tweeted it and said, yeah, there's some hug an orphan, change your profile picture trips that are just bad news and, not really helpful to the kingdom. Well,
Call it out. Hot take, Ben's true.
Wow.
Coming in hot.
Benjamin.
yeah, something like that.
Yikes,
Well,
stripes.
I should have thought it through because one of the missionaries that my church supports, he actually leads short-term mission trips as part of his as part of his job.
Yeah.
And so he said, I think you're wrong about this. And so in typical online fashion, I said, you'll have to prove it. And so he helped me fundraise, and I went to Mexico with him on a short-term mission trip.
How was it?
Well, there you go.
Did it prove you wrong?
It was.
Did you change your
I
profile
was
pic?
partly right, and he was partly right. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the question. Did you change your profile pic?
It's the When Helping Hurts thing, right? It's that book, When Helping Hurts. It's like you can be seen both ways.
Yeah. So that's kind of the conclusion I came to was, there are ways to do it right and there are ways to do it wrong.
Oh,
so
man. Ben,
he's one of the ones that does it right.
Ben,
so
you're going to get so much heat from this. This is going to be, it's just going to come crashing
override
down.
our elephant.
Ben, I like it that you're
Go.
putting your money where your mouth is, though.
Yeah.
That's what I appreciate about that.
I put other people's money.
Shall we?
I sent out fundraising letters.
I like it. All right. Well, Ben, thanks for joining us, listener of the week. He's a good dude.
Ben, you're a good
Yeah,
man.
Eastern
Just a solid
Kentucky.
guy.
Upstanding citizen, other than the vandalism.
Sermon prep coming okay?
I'm actually not preaching this week, so I'm good to
Nice.
go.
Oh, the week off.
Wow.
Well done. We get the
How big of a church is there
You
in
got the
Maysville?
youth
Maysville.
director?
No, actually, another missionary that we support's coming in. So
Oh,
he's
boy.
coming in.
You know those missionaries.
What's the missionary's profile pic?
Yeah, really. Good luck with that one. You
Oh my gosh.
have to have a little luncheon for him afterwards, probably.
All right. All right. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
It's nice
Bye,
meeting
Ben.
you.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye, guys.
I just love this segment.
All right. Well, moving
this
the
is my
show.
favorite.
Moving the show along, it is time for your feedback. Last week, our question of the week was asking you for your best or funniest endurance race story. You guys did not disappoint. It was in light of the very difficult conversation that we had about me
Listen.
and probably Jesse doing the Hood to Coast race this August.
Jesse downgraded to a probably?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen him sign up, but I'm just saying, like, he gave his
I'm
word.
planning on it. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave his word to run. I haven't run more than a mile in my life, and I'm going all in. I'm doing this, burn hot and fast, and they're basically telling me I can't do it. So we want to know your best or funniest endurance race stories. You guys hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast. You also posted on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com. Here's a few of our favorites.
So I hesitated to read this one because, I saw, first off, I should say someone, I got to find it, but someone said, I'm right. It is a mind over matter thing. But Logan's gives me a little caution. 5 years ago, he signed up for a Tough Mudder, whose slogan is the world's toughest race.
Yeah.
He did it with some work friends, knowing that it wasn't until September, and he signed up in January, knowing that it wasn't until September that he had time to train. That is a long time to train, right? I mean, it's 9 months you have there. The race was 12 miles with 20 to 30 obstacles. But during his training, he only got up to 3 miles and could only do a couple of push-ups. So, it was a long 9 months. But the day had come and he knew what he had to do. He did finish in about 3.5 hours. Unfortunately, the next day he went to the emergency room with a partially collapsed lung.
Wow.
Oh, no.
All I'd say is you got to take training serious. You got 9 months, man.
Wow. I am scared. I am scared about the air thing because the altitude difference, Orlando's sea level and Mount Hood is 11,000 feet. Somebody pointed out on Twitter. I, as a high school athlete and stuff, had bronchial asthma. I had a little inhaler with me all the time.
Nerd. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't even mean to say that.
Not like during the day, but like when I'd play sports, I had to have one.
It was a
puff.
I know it was reflex.
And I'm
so
going,
sorry.
wait a second, altitude, out of shape right now. Bronchial asthma. Yeah, this is going to be bad. Yeah.
I think you're going to be fine,
here's-
Cameron. You're going to do great.
Stop it.
No, I'm going to read you Tate Randall's because Tate and I are speaking the same language here. Like Cameron, I'd only run a mile or two in my life when I decided to run a Minneapolis marathon, is what he says. And a week before the marathon, the race canceled. And so he just planned to do one on his own. He'd already raised the money. With 200 yards left, Cameron, I want you to hear this. The man collapsed from heat exhaustion, which led to liver failure, kidney failure,
What?
some brain problems, and what the doctors called, in quotes, a heart attack. Cameron, do you know what was playing in his ears when he fell to the ground? The Relevant Podcast.
No way.
Oh man! All of a sudden, we just kind of slip into like
The last
the
words. I
angelic
feel like
voice
we're
of
terrible
Eddie
for the
Kaufholz
last
is what
words of
brought him
somebody
back,
here is us
my
joking
God.
about dead elephants.
Yeah.
Like my life has culminated in this moment.
That's what happens if you don't train. Cameron, I'm so on your team. Period. I'm so on your team about you doing this if you will really, really train
No, yeah, I will.
and bring your inhaler.
I will.
So Josh Hughes is a former college athlete and is an ultra marathon runner. Okay,
no.
he does like 50-mile races, and he says this is how he starts off. Jesse is 100% correct. Mind over matter. He did add /training, but I don't even believe that part.
Right. I was going to say, keep
Just
reading.
push your
Jesse.
body. It'll be fine. Here's his story. He met a girl on a dating app, and she was a very accomplished runner too. First date goes great, right? She has a race coming up, and so he's like, you know what? I'm going to do it with her. But he decided like a week before, but he was kind of into the girl, so he's like, I'm going to do it with her. He's an ultra marathon runner, but he didn't have a lot of time to train for this specific thing. The race is 35 miles long, and they wanted to run it together, you know. So up until like the last 10 miles, they're sticking together, which that's still pretty far.
Yeah.
At that point, with 10 miles left, she leaves him in the dust and finishes first. He's pushing himself. He can barely walk the next day, he says. After that, he's never heard from her again. Totally ghosted. Like, just took off with 10 miles left and never heard from her again. Like, just
Have we
ghosted.
ever talked about ghosting?
No.
Oh, I have such a problem with people who ghost. I don't think you should ghost.
what do you mean? Just because
Like,
it's
where you-
impolite?
Like you're talking to somebody you like and then you just stop replying?
Yeah.
Because it's like awkward to address that you're not interested or something.
Yeah. I just think so for her to like run a race with him and then beat him in the race and then never say anything again. Just have.
Is ghosting limited to a dating kind of term? I
don't think so.
Yeah, because
You
I don't
can
like.
like ghost the party or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can ghost another friend.
Yeah, the first time I heard it, someone said that like I had followed them online, and then he called me out and was like, "Just got ghosted by Eddie." Whatever, and I didn't know what it meant, and I guess I did, but I just didn't remember knowing the person, and I unfollowed him. So I guess I did, but it was like a totally unintentional. And
How do people know when people unfollow you? Like,
I
do
know.
you look? Or are you watching?
Yeah,
for,
that says a lot more about the person that got unfollowed than it does the person who did the deed.
Yeah. But anyhow, I felt really, really bad.
I promise I won't ever ghost you guys, whether I beat you in a race or not. That is a promise.
I will ghost everybody, but I will just apologize later. Because what happens is like someone sends a text and I'm like, okay, I'll return it when I'm done driving or whatever. And then it's poof.
Yeah, I do that
1
all
month
the
from now. Like that's it. Gone.
Do you keep it as like unread, like one? So you like keep reminding yourself,
That's-
like there's one down there that I need to get back to?
That's
Yeah, I
actually
do
the
that.
problem with me is that little notification stuff drives me nuts. So I like clear everything out real quick.
Well, then you're not going to remember.
I know. It's
I know.
my problem.
I wish we could mark
it's
them
my
as
fault.
unread.
I know. I wish it could just be like remind me in an hour or something.
No, I'm like careful to like when the little preview comes up on my screen, like don't click, don't read, because I
Don't
know I
touch
can't
it.
reply right now. So I
Yeah.
leave it unread, you know?
Yeah.
And so then do you go through at the end of the day and read them all, Cameron, and respond?
Oh, weeks or months later, maybe.
I
yeah.
I despise all forms of communication so much that I will not read
One
it.
time I texted Karen, like when I was down there, I was like, hey, you want to grab coffee before work? Literally 6 months later, I just got no.
My
good you
friend
saw it.
Jason
Yeah,
deletes all his text every night. He deletes it once he's responded.
I think the worst thing is when you see the dots. Like, you know they're replying and then they go
and then
away.
it stops you.
And
then
then
they
no
stop.
reply
Either
ever
they were
comes.
there, and then it makes me very suspicious that they're going to tell me something very difficult, and they're like, nah, now's not
Yes.
the time. Every time I see
Yeah.
the dots and they go away, I'm like, yeah, what are they going to tell me? This is bad. This has got to be bad. An elephant died. That's what they're going to tell me. This is really bad.
This is not good.
They don't know what to do.
They got a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know how to tell me. They don't know how to tell me that they have to dispose of an elephant body. You know, there's no delicate way to put this, I'm afraid.
So they're just going to ghost you along with that elephant ghost.
There's a lot of other stories. Most of them are people on the side of the road keeled over.
Yeah.
Dude.
Best and funniest endurance race story. Maybe, was it?
Yeah. There's nothing funny about
No,
it. But
that just sounds awful. Like
It's-
I think
Right.
people
It's
were
really just
I think people were sending me like harrowing tales to like
ju-
scare me
this
straight.
is like serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They weren't trying to scare you. They're just telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you the truth too. You're
Please.
going to do great.
Thank you.
Everything's going to be
Oh
fine.
my gosh.
Ignorance is bliss.
And I don't even
I'm
think,
not
I got to
sure.
tell
It'll be
you,
fine.
you
Just-
look pretty good. I wouldn't train that much. I would just get out there and go for it.
Just make sure there's a medic there. That's all.
I'm sure there is.
Nah, come on.
Medics are for the weak.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. It's time for this week's.
Editorial question of the week. Hey.
All right. Well, earlier in the show, we got talking about weird food challenges. Not the weirdest thing you've ever eaten, but like, have you ever entered a contest or got a T-shirt for something you ate? We want to know about it. What was it? What were the circumstances? And what happened afterwards?
Yeah, right.
Man, this is going to be like near second place to the conspiracy theories. I'm so excited about
I feel
this.
like there's going to be a lot of hospital stories, like
Hospital.
the running.
Yeah, nothing like I felt great the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what was it? What were the circumstances? Who talked you into it? All of that. How did you earn your shirt?
What country were you in, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Hit us up on Twitter at Relevant Podcast, and you can post your longer stories on the podcast episode page at relevantmagazine.com.
And send us your pictures too. We can describe them. If you have pictures in the T-shirt you won or with the food, we want to see them.
That'd be
Oh,
great.
yeah. This is going to be live show feedbacking, right?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be live show feedback.
Oh, so for Jesse, definitely send pictures. He'll just show a
People
slideshow.
there are going to love it.
Send-
And
He'll
send-
put it up
Full
on the
video.
screen, kind of point to
everyone
him.
out, you should have
Here,
come.
let me
No
let me
big
tell
deal.
you how Jesse's feedback's going to go on the show next week. Hey guys, look at this one. Crazy, right?
This one's funny. Look at that.
Staying with the theme,
You got,
what
hey,
could
you guys,
go wrong?
that segment was, you're
Nothing.
butchering it. You're butchering it.
Hey, Jesse, do you have any tips for Miss Annie F. Downs? She's done a lot of live things. That's her job. She speaks all the time.
More
But
than
do
any of
yeah,
us.
that's right. Do you have any tips for Annie about what to expect doing a live podcast with you, with people watching?
That's a
Be
great
on your
question.
toes. That's all I'll say. And I don't mean it to sound ominous, but it is. Be on your toes.
And I'm going to say that whatever happens between Chandler and I, just don't get too close because it's like getting close to a dog's food, right? It's just gonna bite back. Whatever happens, you need to let us just figure it out and then come back in. Okay.
What, are you talking about the tickle fight again?
That's what I'm saying. You don't get
Okay.
too close to the
Might get a
tickle
little
fight.
tickled.
Yeah.
My main thing is for people attending, if you get there a little early and you hear disturbing noises coming from the back, it's just my vocal warm-ups. For live stuff, I do some very elaborate vocal warm-ups, and it
Jesse,
sounds
Carrie.
terrifying and disturbing.
Hello.
But everything is fine.
You guys-
Everything
Hello.
is fine.
This is going to be the most fun. I cannot wait.
Yeah, any tips for any of the
Yes.
attendees, Jesse? Do you need to prepare anybody?
Conspiracy theories.
What
I
to
would,
expect?
if you're
Hello.
planning on sitting in the first three rows,
Splash zone.
goggles and
Splash
tarps,
zone.
like you want to go Gallagher.
It's like
style.
Shamu's from Flash Zone. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you dare make eye contact with Mr. Strang. Either one of them, they will not respond kindly to that.
Do you want them to be prepared for anything? To bring anything? Do you guys have any requests for the people coming?
I mean,
wow.
yeah, like gifts and stuff, you mean?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody has any of those Lay's ketchup chips
We're
from
going to be
Canada.
going. The other thing too is we're going to be going right through lunch hour, blowing right through it.
Right.
11:30
I'm going to
a.m.
have to do a pre-show snacky because I am going to get
That's what I'm
I'll be
saying.
carving
11,
up pretty
11
Yeah.
11:30 a.m. to probably 1:30. We're going to be hungry by the end. A little punchy.
I plan on eating a very, very heavy meal of something I've never eaten before, pretty exotic before.
I will say I'm a little quieter in person. I think people are always disappointed when they meet me in person. I'm a little quieter.
I'll tell you this: nobody's disappointed when they meet you.
Everybody,
you leave
Thank
a
you.
positive impression on everybody.
Thank you.
But I will also confirm
Eddie, he was being nice.
to all the people, Eddie is an introvert and can turn it on, but he hits a wall,
Right.
And then you don't see him anymore. He ghosts everyone.
I ghost myself.
He's just gone. So if Eddie's there for half the show or whatever,
And all of a sudden, I just sneak out. It's
Yeah.
not you, it's me.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Annie F cannot get enough of the people.
Yeah, it is what
I'll be there.
Yeah, it's what stops the voices, fills the soul.
I like surrounding myself with extroverts because then I can hang out by the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like they
Yeah.
can
Oh,
work
yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
And then
your move during the live shows is you go and you're real busy. So you're just fluttering around, but
That's
you're
right.
not actually talking or doing anything.
when people come on tours, I do the same move.
No, I know.
I'm like, hey, but I'm like going to a meeting sort of a thing. I'm like, it's don't break your stride And then they're like, oh, wow, there he was, you know.
But no,
And
joking
meanwhile,
aside,
I want to hug every person who shows up, and I cannot wait.
it will be fun to see everyone. I love the live shows more than anything. This is exciting.
Big, long bear hugs for everyone. That's
For sure.
Like, yeah. And Chandler will be my bear hug. Like he will on behalf of me. Like if you come
You
in for
should
a side hug, I'm just going to pull Chandler in
You
real
should
quick.
carry Chandler around in a baby Bjorn.
A Supreme branded baby Bjorn.
They probably exist.
yeah, I was going to say,
Probably.
All right. Well, yeah. So that'll do it. We're looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Make sure to tune in to the live episode. It'll be streaming on Facebook at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time next Friday. What is that? April 27th. If you're coming to Orlando, make sure to check out the info page in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. It'll give you the deets. There's
Cool. That's a short way of saying details.
Yeah, just trying to be efficient. There's no charge to come, but let us know you're coming, please, so we can make sure there's room for everyone. And we'll see what happens. This is
My
gonna be a
friend
lot of fun
Jason's
next
coming.
week.
I just told you. Do I still have to respawn online?
Yeah.
I'm bringing a +1.
Great.
I'm
But we need to
bringing a
know.
plus
Okay.
one.
I mean, what
Is
if
he
like we had
involved in the
seats for
zoo
everybody
industry?
and then Jason didn't have a chair? You know what I mean?
Jason can
We
stand.
really want Jason to have a good seat.
Yeah.
Jason's
We
front
want
and center.
Jason in the splash zone.
Definitely in the splash
Be in
zone.
the splash zone.
Jesse, if you don't bring something to justify a splash zone, I will be very
I
disappointed.
told you I'm going to bring a watermelon and a giant mallet, and it's the height of comedy.
You know,
when that
I have seen that
explodes.
mallet
It is the
before.
height of comedy.
That mallet is on display in Orlando. One of his famous
At
Wow.
Ripley's
Really?
Believe It or Not or something?
No, at a friend's record, like they have a video. I don't remember what it's called, like some sort of studio thing.
Yeah,
and
that's what they're called.
They brought he left his big mallet. It's huge. You can't even imagine how strong that guy must be to
He's got
wield
to
that.
have a bunch of them.
It's like a brawny man kind of big old.
big.
Yeah.
Big.
I mean, what do you mean it looks huge? It looks 3 feet long. Are you implying that it's significantly bigger than what we
it's
see?
comically large, Eddie.
But I'm
How,
saying like it's a solid piece of wood, and the head on that thing is like a solid 18-inch just block of wood. It's heavy.
I was going to say, Eddie, you're describing exactly how I think it look in person.
Yeah, but like when you see it in person,
Same,
you realize
Jesse.
this guy has got to be. I mean, this thing's got to be 40 pounds.
Hey, many thanks to this episode's sponsors for making the show possible. Remember, you can check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals for free at blueapron.com/relevant. Also, thanks to Bright Peak. Go check out the Love and Money section at relevantmagazine.com. Tune in to the new Love and Money podcast on iTunes, and make sure to take their Hack Your Debt challenge. You can sign up at brightpeak.com/hackyourdebt.
Well, people should eat before they come to the live show, right?
Yeah, that was the thing. The timing is
gonna be
unfortunate.
We just
because
gotta
of
do it.
that. We got to do it in the morning because, I don't know. Well, number one, John Mark McMillan's schedule.
Yeah, we got a lot of schedules.
We got a lot of things to accommodate.
Hello, I'm taking airplanes.
and
Annie, this isn't
and
all about
Annie's
you.
flying down, and
Yes,
then
it is.
don't you have to fly out in the mid afternoon?
Yes.
No, see, so we had to do it
Annie,
then.
settle down. 2018.
So people, I would suggest bringing snacks. We will not have concession stands.
Yeah.
no.
So
There
bring
will-
snacks.
Yeah,
But our office is on top of a 7-Eleven, one of the downtown
and
7-Eleven.
right down the street from a Wahlburger.
And a Walgreens is on our
Yes.
block.
So what I'm saying
A
is
CVS.
get here, park at 10:30, go walk around and get yourself some snackies.
That's right.
Then
Yeah.
get up here around 11:10.
And if you bring us
bring me a
snackies,
burger.
just a quick reminder, I'm dairy free. So just
Wow.
We
it's all about
provide,
Annie for this.
we
really.
provide unlimited snackies for the staff, Annie. So
You get all the snackies
Oh,
you
does
want.
that count
Annie.
as me?
They're
Oh,
all
great.
milk based, unfortunately.
It is all
It's
pure.
all milk.
We just when people arrive in the morning, I just hand everybody a gallon of milk as they
Yeah.
walk in.
There's a gallon of
and you
milk
can-
and a milk pop I
and
made
you-
last night in the freezer.
And you can
Yummy.
always visit the cheese curds bowl.
Yeah, we have those out. It's delicious. And all Cadbury eggs. One is a tarantula.
It's a joke egg.
You
never know which
It's a
one
little
it is.
hairy.
Yeah.
You never
But the
know.
same
Oh,
creamy,
You
oozy
got a
milk.
poisonous spider.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. Hey, thanks also to our guests for joining us. Matt Chandler's new book is called Take Heart. It's out now. Go check it out. And while you're checking stuff out online, head over to iTunes. And if you like the show, leave a review. If you don't like it, keep it to yourself.
Yeah, really.
Just
Who
keep
needs
it
that
to
kind of
yourself.
negative feedback?
Also, the May issue of Relevant is at the printer right now. It's a packed issue. We're excited for you to see it. We'll tell you more about it in the next couple of weeks. But if you go online to relevantmagazine.com right now, you can subscribe, and there's a good deal going on. So
I cannot wait for the new issue. This is what I'm really excited to talk about.
I gave a little leak on my Instagram
saw
story You saw
saw
that?
You did do that.
Hey, how did you see it, Jesse? We don't know what your Instagram is. What's your name?
Oh, trust us.
I don't have any. I mean, I'm on Instagram all the time, but I don't post anything.
You have to log in as something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm logged in. I'll tell you.
All right, well, tell Annie because she was asking me and I don't remember it because
I
I
literally
just always
don't.
tag you
I mean,
as
I'm on
Jesse Needs
Instagram all the
Insta.
time.
That's
but
how I tag you.
I just stalk.
he's a
you know.
lurker. Yeah,
I do lurk. I lurk all the time. But I did see your preview, and
Interesting man, isn't he?
yeah.
He's a very interesting man.
Gotta stay on top of things. Gotta be in the know, Eddie. Yeah.
Super. He ghosts his whole life, his whole everything. It's not really.
He's watching,
It's
but
just
you can't see him.
amazing.
Yeah, it's really something.
It is something.
Well, you know, we're so lucky to know a Jesse. There's so many people on the planet who don't get to know a Jesse. We're so lucky.
Including
That's right.
Jesse.
You guys are. It's a real thrill for you every day.
It is.
That was Counselor Eddie kicking in. Jesse doesn't even know Jesse.
No, he's a stranger to himself.
Hey, Eddie, I know enough.
We're gonna stop right there.
There's a
Yeah.
locked container inside that
That's
hole of a heart.
That's right.
And also thanks to Ben, who's not preaching this weekend, but I hope you
Yeah.
have a nice off weekend.
Oh, hey, a friend of the show. Seth Mastermeyer. He runs
Nailed it.
the Staley Shirt Company.
That's Seth
He sent the
Mastermeyer.
staff a big box of cool shirts. We've mentioned him on the show before. He's a listener and does a cool thing. That's not a paid endorsement. That's just a thank you.
And they started, and we've talked about him because Squarespace. He started as
That's right.
Yes, he heard about Squarespace from us, and then started this great company, and now we have a
And they
bunch
do
of
really cool shirts, and it's the shirts he sent the staff are the shape of the state of Florida, but the word that makes the shape is Orlando, and it's like they're cool looking.
Yeah.
and they're so cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
On that note, we'll wrap it up.
next week.
I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Eddie Koffoltz.
Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Annie F. Downs.
We'll see you next week, live in person.
You think if it's a
Live.
cold place, they let it freeze, the elephant freeze? If it's like in Minnesota or something, and then they're able to just slice it and remove it?
Well, then what happens in the spring?
That's why
You can't cut through a block of ice that big.
Well, that's when it's more
They
convenient.
moved the zoo. They just moved the zoo to another location.
That's it. And with that,
We're outta here. We're
we
outta
know
here.
the
Pack it
answer.
up.
There's no going back from me, baby. You know where I wanna be. There's no going back from me, baby. Maybe you know how I feel.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Thinking of things to say to keep you sane. You play.
Shop Amazon for last minute gifts. Great deals for everyone on your list. Gifts for mom and gifts for dad. Even for your sister and your brother Chad. Ah shoot, we didn't realize we were supposed to get a gift for our dog walker guy. We almost forgot about our dentist Dr. Kerr. We didn't expect to get a gift from her. Or our cousin, I forget his name. He got us something nice, better reciprocate. For last minute deals on gifts for people you forgot. Get fast and free shipping at Amazon.
Yes, it's working on my brain. I'm feeling strange.
One of us may or may not have the dead body of an elephant on our hands.
Relevant Podcast Network.